Hey guys, welcome back to Hit Away Hurts. I know we had a technical difficulty just before, so that's why we had to restream back to you again from my 30-level bathroom apartment. So how's everyone doing tonight?
I'm doing horrible. Instagram Live won't work. I'm tired, and crypto's going up, and I didn't invest into it.
Let me just say this, guys. Mark has one job to do, and he never
One
gets
job,
it right. One
and I couldn't
job.
get it right. Look, I think it's just bad luck today. I think it's bad luck Friday. And talking about bad luck, have you
Nothing
ever
like that.
found $100 on the $100 bill on the floor?
Honestly, I found it, but I never picked it up.
Why?
Because I felt bad. I thought maybe that person that lost it can come back and get it. And
So
my parents called me dumb, stupid for
so
that.
you think picking up money off the floor is money laundering?
You just put it. Come on, kid. Come
That's
on,
what
kid.
you said. That's what you said.
No, I was being kind by leaving it there for the person to retrace their
Anyway,
steps.
Anyway, do you think that person who left the money on the floor remembered it or is thinking about it much?
I think he got it back, honestly.
Okay, well, let's just say he forgot about it, all right? He forgot about that money. And that's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, you see that lead up? It's going to be investing your money and not thinking about it afterwards. Focusing on the investment itself, not for the monetary value, but for the value it's going to provide after. And, you know, that's like so common in every single fucking department of investing. Whether you're investing in crypto, whether you're investing in a house, whether you're investing in rental properties, whatever it is, when you invest, you got to forget about that money like it's nothing, right? And I have, you know, like people, when I mention crypto, like I see faces looking at me straight away because so many people have been investing in crypto lately. And now with crypto going up like crazy, it's a fucking hot topic.
I mean, it's not that up like crazy. It's okay. It's
I'm 10 grand up on crypto right now. I'm 10 grand on Dogecoin.
guys, just say yes. Just say yes.
Huh?
Hey, that's his notifications saying,
Yeah.
"Oh, you should cash out right now."
No, that's my Binance. That's my that's my crypto, bro. That's my crypto. It's texting me. I'm up.
Guys, this how the gurus online be when they tell you to buy their crypto course that will make you $1 million. Now,
All right.
let's
Now,
get into it.
bro, this episode feels weird, bro. I feel so out of it. Let's just get straight into it. So, personal income into your business. How important is it to invest into your business from your personal income? Because let's be honest, when you start, that's all you have. You only have your own money, maybe the person you're working with money, but other than that, it's all on you, right? And I think it's such a risk because people that start businesses traditionally will probably have a business fund, will probably have a government fund, that type of thing. They probably have little to no personal investment into it. But if most of the people that we work with, small business owners, influencers, marketers, whatever they are, they usually start their business from scratch and they invest into it, right? And they could start with as little as $7 a year, right? Like to invest their business name, their website, blah, blah, blah. Or you could have like a product business which invests like thousands at the start, right?
Yeah.
Because they want to invest into stock for their business. So the range of investments vary, but one thing that is in common with all these investments is that you're putting your personal income into it and that it's going to be something that you have to forget about and you have to be willing to lose. When I started Shisha at Your Door, I had $900 in my bank account and I put 700 into the shishas, right? I had 200 left. And I spent 100 of that on pizza that day. All right. So the day I started the business, I got so happy. I spent $100 of it on pizza. So I was left with $100 and I invested 700. And then I ended up making back about 10K overall.
And
so moral of the story is invest 90% of your income.
Exactly. And like invest it smart, not dumb. Like don't be a dumb kind and invest your last $100 into pizza like Mark did. But that's not the case.
Yeah, and don't invest it into Dogecoin or Logan Paul coin or anything like that. Even if Logan Paul told you it'll be fine, it won't be fine.
Exactly, guys. Sad stories all over. Anyways, now the reason you should be really investing your money is because that money builds you up. That investments you're investing in yourself. Because when you invest in yourself, you learn new things. You better your qualities, your skills, your talents. Which later on you can apply into your business, and that way you can grow like that. Let me give you an example, right?
Yeah.
Brandon Mangion, we had on our podcast a few weeks back.
Yeah.
like a
like a
personal
motivation coach,
yeah.
strategist coach, that type of thing.
Yeah, and what
Yeah.
I've seen lately with him is he's always reinvesting in himself. He's always like getting like learning new things within the
Yeah.
industry to better
Let's
his
be
things.
specific, bro. He
Yeah.
invested into a kind of business builder type of thing for 30 grand, and he says that he tripled his investment on her. So he would have made 90 grand out of a 30 grand investment into someone who would have helped him start that up.
Yeah.
So, some investments are very profitable and straight away, right? Like he would have built the business, he would have got all of his clients, and he would have made 90 grand over a 30 grand investment. And we're not saying go invest into a coach, but that's one form of personal investment. And not to mention that the coaching industry can be fraudulent as well, right? People can sell you their little course, their little bullshit, and not get anything out of it. But luckily, Brendan probably did a lot of research and realized that those coaches would actually be able to help his business. And he was able to thrive from that into, making 90 grand because he tripled the 30K investment.
Exactly, bro. And honestly, like another good example is Max as well, Max Weston.
Yeah.
He literally, all the money he makes from his store, he goes and reinvests into himself by buying more shoes, buying more stock for his store to just really, which honestly like makes him more profitable in that case, because as much as he's investing, he's going to profit in the long term, and that's what it's all about. It's all about the long term.
And the problem is, like I don't want to repeat myself, but people need to hear this, that when you attach your emotion to your money, then that's when it becomes a problem. When I invest money into businesses, I'm thinking that's one asset I'm using into one department of a business that will not profit necessarily in terms of money, but bring value to my business or grow it in a way, or grow myself, one of the two, right? I'm either growing myself or I'm growing my business, and that's the most important thing. And so when people attach emotion, when people attach feelings to money, they can't invest it smartly, right?
Exactly.
Because you're going to get worried about where it's going, how profitable you're going to be or whatever. And we're not saying that you can't profit. Like we said, Brendan profited 3 times. But we're saying that you have to understand how much value it's going to bring you. When I'm doing the money to profit ratio, while profit is important, I'm thinking about the value past the money. I'm thinking about what clients it'll get me. What skills is it going to teach me that will better my services for my client? So many people get stuck into this fucking mindset of me. How does it benefit me? How does it benefit my clients, right? How does me learning how to do Google ads to the highest level benefit my clients, right? And so when I think of it in that way, money doesn't mean anything to me except that it's a tool that I use to grow the assets that I already have, right?
Exactly.
And so when you think of it that way, it's a smart way to invest into your business.
And let's be honest, like it's not always the money that's gonna thrive, that you invest, that are gonna thrive your business or thrive you as a person. It's although the time that you invest. Like me and Mark started a social media company from the bottom. We didn't go to uni. We didn't study this shit. We just put in time, right, to study everything there is about it. And we're not up there yet. We're still learning every day. We're putting in time to learn and educate ourselves. We're putting money into courses that we know are going to help us, which are going to educate us, and in turn it's going to help us to benefit our clients. You know what I mean? Because you can't really go into something thinking that, oh, you're the top bloke in it, like all the gurus online, then literally just take people's money and give back nothing in return. You know what I mean? Because that's literal scam right there.
Yeah, 100%. And when you know you're not capable of it, you can't do it. And let's be honest, like I think the most important thing and the mindset that you need to have with every investment you make into your life is that not every investment will be profitable. If you think that every single drop of money you're going to put into your business you'll make back when you first start off, you're just wrong. Right?
Exactly.
And so that's why sometimes it's better to not put all your eggs in one basket. Maybe invest into different departments of your business, some in marketing and advertising, some in research and development, some in operations, some in this, some in that, because all those departments matter. And when you're running a small business, you're running, like Davey, the owner of Udi, he said, when you're running a small business, you are literally running 4 different departments. You're doing all the PR. You're doing all the marketing. You're doing all the service. You're literally running 4 different departments, right? And so when you invest money into one part, but one part's not thriving because you didn't invest into that, it might fail, right? It's really a gamble. And so that's why there's no right answer into what part of your business you should invest in. I'm going to be biased. I'm going to tell you right now that I believe everyone should be investing in social media advertising when they first start off. For sure. That's my biased opinion because I know what it's capable of. But an operations manager or a research and development person who develops products that, you know, they go through like research and development and they turn out way better products than what they started with will say otherwise, right? And so I really think businesses need to understand that there's no blanket answer to this. It's literally something that you have to experiment with, try and learn. Had I not known that investing, like with Shisha, we weren't investing into advertising, I was investing into the product, Shishas, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With this, we're investing into our into product a little bit as well because we've invested into these headphones, the mics, right? And we're investing into our advertising, we're investing into courses to learn about marketing and things like that. And so when we're looking at different types of investment, none of them are right necessarily. It's just which ones will thrive, and you can only learn through experiment, and that's with everything in business.
Exactly. And like, let's talk about how you can save through your 9 to 5. And a lot of people think that, okay, I'm working a 9 to 5. Oh, it's Friday. I gotta reward myself by going out and spending all my hard-earned income. That is like completely wrong mindset. When you're working 9 to 5 every day for like 5 to 7 days a week, you should save a portion of that money. And like, we're not saying put it in a savings account. All right, some people want to save it so they can buy a house. That's a different story. But save it so you can invest it, say, in your business, invest it in yourself, whether you want to take coaching lessons, is that, or whether you want to invest. I'll just say this, look at it this way. If I, like, you know how I invest in stocks and shit, if I were to invest $300 every week at a 20% return yearly, I'd be a million. I'd have over $2.5 million in my, like, when I hit 30.
In your portfolio.
When I hit 30, I'll have over $2.5 million.
So why haven't you done it? I'm waiting.
You never know. So see, like, this kind of shit, like, some of the stuff doesn't just come overnight.
For sure.
So you might be investing money. Sometimes you're gonna invest money that you're not gonna get any return, right? Which is completely normal, because in life and any business, you're gonna fail more than you succeed. Because you're gonna fail 10 times, and the 11th is gonna be the successful time, and 11th time is gonna be the time that you're gonna you're gonna be thankful that you didn't quit at that 10th time.
For sure. And just going on not quitting, bro, I just got a DM on LinkedIn saying, I saw your comment on my poll about posting every day, so I had to have a look at your posts. Wow, that's why I was smiling. Anyway, I just got me happy someone recognized it. Anyways, and it's like, you know, when you save through the 9 to 5, right? Like, let's be honest, right? People are literally going out, let's be honest, most of the people our age, and I'm not shitting on no nightlife or anything. If you're happy doing this, go for it. But I'm talking about the people that complain about their life after they do this. They work 9 to 5 Monday to Friday, and Friday to Sunday they spend it on alcohol, drinks, and going out. And then Monday to Friday they make the same amount of money, and then they just keep repeating it, right? And it's not, and like, it is their fault. Self accountability is so important, but I believe it's the nature of 9 to 5 jobs, and the nature of school, the nature of the way we're brought up. And I'll link this back to why it goes into income. So when you're working at a 9 to 5, it's instantly win-loss. You work, you get your money. You don't work, you don't get your money. With school, you do your assignment, you pass your degree. You do your assignment, you pass your degree. You don't do it, you don't pass your degree. With business, it's a whole different story. And that's why they struggle to save that type of money. Right? That's why they struggle to save that type of money, because it's not an instant win-loss ratio for them. So in their head, they're sacrificing clubbing, going out, drinking during the weekend, and they're not profiting off it the next day. Do you see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But because they're working and they're spending those wins from working on the weekend, it makes sense in their head, and that's right. So if I drop this phone and it drops, it makes sense. It drops, right? The same way, if I'm working 9 to 5 and spending that money during the weekend, I'm seeing the direct benefits of that work. Let me tell you something. Sometimes we can go 3 months and not see the direct benefit of our work. A client can come look at our post that we posted 6 months ago and come and say, hey, I really like that article you wrote. Hey, I really like that carousel you wrote. And that's why business is so hard. And taking this back to money, it's that because I know people who are doing this really well. They work 9 to 5 jobs, right? and they literally set it up in their business, like with their employer, to set 10% of that income to go into the savings account, and they forget about that shit unless it's relevant to the thing that they're putting their all in, right? So whether it's stocks, crypto, investments, business, whatever it is. And direct respect to them, because they're seeing the understanding that not every single profit that you make from your time has to be spent straight away, and you have to receive that win. The biggest win for me is not the profit straight away. That's not it. Because I know profit can come quickly. We can do easy scams that will make us heaps of money, right? But it runs out. And it's not it doesn't have longevity. Just like shisha at your door, right? Just like shisha at your door. So I know that in my head, these people haven't experienced it, so they wouldn't know. And who knows when they will, right? Because they're stuck in that cycle. But for the people that are putting that 10% income into their bank, and 6 weeks later, they sacrifice maybe 1-2 nights of clubbing. They still went out the third night, but they sacrificed the first and second night. You know, that's where they start to see the value. They start to see, fuck, I have options. I can invest into this. I don't have to put my all into this business because I have enough money to dip my fingers into everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
And so when you're given that access and you understand that mindset, then that's a whole different lifestyle. And people need to get to that.
Yeah, Tashi has said true, but they're even worse on going clubbing or getting drunk. Exactly right. Exactly 100%.
Right. And I've been there. I've worked a whole week and then spent it all in the weekend. I've done it. And like, you know, it was fun.
Exactly.
I'm not saying it wasn't fun.
We all have.
We all have, bro. And yeah.
Let's look at it this way. At the end of it, right? Like 6 months down the line, you look back and you're like, shit. Like, instead of doing that every weekend, I could have invested my money and made something for myself that could have lasted. You know what I mean?
And it's hard with that topic, talking about, oh, I wish I would have done things, because everything's hindsight, right?
Yeah.
I don't know, like, I find that hard, because I know if we start early on shit, like, I know I'm going to teach my kids to start at 16, bro, 15, 16, start deciding what you want to do with your life. Don't let school determine it, right? Because had we have started then, imagine how much money we would have had saved up. Not even the money, the knowledge we would have gained by that time.
Bro, Warren Buffett started at 5. At 12, he had saved $50,000. You know how much $50,000 was back then? Probably $1 million, bro. And he invested that into stocks at 12. So imagine starting young. And let me just say this: like, we're not directing this at anyone, right?
I am. Every single girl on my Snapchat. I'm directing it to all of you.
Like this life is not for everyone. It's for the people that wanna go in that path. They wanna make a life for them where they're financially free, you know what I mean? And everyone wants that, but there is only a handful that will take action and go with it, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, we're not saying those investments have to go into your personal business. Those investments can go towards a house, it doesn't matter. But it's the cycle of spending your money for direct profit. That's the problem. And then if you're happy that way, fine, live paycheck to paycheck. That's fine. I know people who do that and are happy, but it's when you complain about your life, it's when you're sad, when you're all alone in your room and you're not clubbing, you're not out, that's when you hit it the most, right? And we've heard it from people who've come on the podcast, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Like, we know it firsthand, and I know it firsthand because I've experienced it. And so and it all comes down to income, because it's about the mindset. Moving on, the more you invest, the more money you make, right? And that's like so true when you get to a certain point in business, where when you have a certain automation or a certain system of business, when you invest more money into that, the more money that you more likely make.
Also, let me say something right there. Investing into the right things will make you more money.
For sure.
But if you go and invest all your money into Dogecoin, into Logan Paul's shitty coin that's like very fluctuative, then you're not gonna make money. You know what I mean? Like, yes, you might be an overnight millionaire, but if you didn't wake up and you had like $10,000 in there, and you missed out on the opportunity to cash out your $1 million, then you're probably like, your 10,000 is down the trash, you know what I mean?
100%.
So you gotta, like, when you invest, you gotta know what you're investing in. If it's your business, whether it's your investments, whether it's anything, right? You just gotta know that you're investing into the right thing. And there's risk to it, but you gotta, the research will minimize the potential risk.
Yeah, and I'm glad you clarified that, because I think the better principle, or the better way to say that, I think, is that when you make more money, the more you invest, right? Like, you need to invest to make money is the better way of saying it, right?
You gotta make your money work for you.
Exactly. That's exactly right. And so if you're too scared to invest into your business, like, we shouldn't make it, oh, the more money you invest, the more money you make. That's stupid. the more money that you invest, like if you don't have the risk and the confidence in your business to invest the money, then you most likely won't make money, right? Is the better way
Yeah.
of saying it. And so the more money, the more risk is the better way to say it. The more risk of the money that you make, the money that you invest is more likely the more profit that you receive, right? If you're investing 700 on like, let's say a 20-30%
Yeah.
profit margin, it's going to stay that way. You can
Yeah.
keep investing 700, you still get 20%, 30% profit margin, especially the same way. If you invest 5K
Yeah.
to a different format on a different profit margin, then you're going to be making more, right? But there's also the risk that you lose it. But that's the thing. You have to be able to have that confidence in your business, which I feel like we at a point know when we get to that point, right? We've done enough businesses that we can predict exactly when that is and when that's not.
Exactly. And I remember the funny TikTok or a reel, I don't know what it was that I saw the
Yeah.
other day. It was on making your money work for you. And
Yeah.
this guy was like, when I make my money work for me, I come check back on it and my money's fired within 2 weeks.
Oh yeah.
So what that means is, for the people that don't get the joke, is that sometimes when you make your money sometimes work for you, when you invest your money and the risk is high, you tend to lose it, obviously.
100%.
So that's why we're talking about all right, so when you maximize the risk, obviously the reward is higher, but with lower risk, the reward is smaller, but over time the reward builds up. So if it's a 1% every day, it'll be 365% over a year.
That's
So
right.
just look at it that way.
For sure. And you know, when you're when you're investing that much money into your business, like as yourself, you take all the wins and you take all the losses. And we've spoken about this in other episodes, but let me tell you something. I had to listen to 70 Gary Vee videos telling me that my life sucks before I realized my life sucked, okay? So for me saying it multiple times, hopefully maybe the 75th time I say something about perspective, someone will actually be like, fuck, I need perspective in my life, right?
And he still hasn't realized it.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he still listens to you.
I still listen to Gary Vee. That's right. And it's like, because the more money that you invest, the more of yourself that you're putting into the business, and the more you're willing to lose. So the big thing about running your own business, and the thing that everyone overlooks, doesn't talk about, doesn't want to, you know, they want to overlook that because it's the scariest part, is that when your business fails, your personal life will be affected, not only mentally, but financially, most likely, if you're investing that level. And when you're winning, you win as well. Your personal life gets better, your business gets better, that type of thing. So, you know, understanding that level of risk before you go in will help you strengthen your mindset when you're encountering things like 1 week without sales, things like failed products, things like failed services, that type of thing.
Exactly. And when you go weeks without like sales and shit like that, that leads to the next point, which is research and development through investments. That's when you go and say, okay, where did I go wrong here? Why was I not getting sales here? Did I do something wrong to lose this client, right? And you find out what went wrong, and what you do is you start investing into, say if it's a course maybe, or whether it's like, I don't know, whatever it is, you invest to find out how you can improve on it. You know what I mean?
Not only that, like if you have a product, you can invest into how you could better the product, like the quality of the
Exactly
product.
right.
For example, product movies going into being digitalized through research and development. That research and development obviously showed them that they have different formats of their product that they're missing, right? Same as books, audiobooks, you're making twice as much money without actually fucking doing anything. You're literally just speaking the book, right? You know, there's millions of Maccas when they do toys, right? That's research and development. They're putting toys that are relevant in kids' minds because they know Happy Meals will go to kids. So that research and development that they probably invested, they probably made back. And not all research and development leads directly into profit. Not all research and development leads directly into thing, right? And so and the thing is with that is that the research and development, you have to do research before you know what you're going to actually develop. There's different departments of your business. Like I mentioned, you're running all four. Which is the most important for your business? Maybe it's all of them. So you need to risk and take a guess that this one will thrive the most. A lot of business, what I've come to find out is a lot of it is prediction and really, like, you know, people invest in stocks, crypto, and they're predicting the market. With business, it's the same, right? You're predicting what your consumers will actually like and what they won't like, and not all the time you get it right. And so when you're going through that research and development and that type of thing, you don't really know if it's going to thrive or not, but you still have to do it because you know that it's going to better your product or service and better yourself.
And that's what it's all about, bro. Because without research, you're not gonna know anything. You're literally gonna go in blind and not knowing whether you're gonna literally you're putting your money into the right place or the wrong place.
For sure, for sure.
And let's move on to the next one, which is when you're a sole trader, you win and you pose with your business. You want to start us off?
Yeah. So I spoke about it a bit earlier, Mr. Forgive. No, you're good. I skipped the point. But yeah, like when you invest your money, you're investing your personal income, right? So you have to manage the risk that comes with it, right? For example, if you're putting food on the table for your family and you're investing 9K and leaving 1K for your family, what happens when your business gets liquidated? What happens when you have a debt? What happens when you need to pay rent? What happens when you need to pay off your business? You set up direct debits for your business and you're not really counting what other things you need. You need to survive. You need to be fucking alive, right? Like you need to be
100%.
healthy mentally, physically, that type of thing to actually get to that point where you're ready to invest. That's something that a lot of people struggle with, right? And it's because they're so focused on the grind, on the hustle and everything. Like we get 8 hours of sleep. Sometimes, not tonight. I'll tell you that much. I'm fucking tired.
Oh yeah, like 6 to 5, bro. Like.
Yeah, but getting 8 hours of sleep is so important. Eating is so important. I burn out so much because I break those consistent levels for more of a hustle, right? Fuck you. And like burnout is real. So that income and like you're not only investing your money, you're investing your time and everything into your business. So you have to manage the risk that comes with that. And if you don't, you will fail. And you have to maintain something consistent. You're doing a marathon when you're running a business. You're not sprinting a fucking race. And yeah, that's ended on that.
And honestly, let me just leave you with a small quote that I'm just gonna come up with on the spot.
All right, go on.
Invest your money wisely, and don't be a fool. See that?
Facts. Mark a bed. You heard it here. All right.
Only hit it where it hurts.
On here with Hit It Where It Hurts. And yeah, as we're coming to the end of the episode, sorry guys, this episode was a bit funky. I'm sick as fuck, to be honest, and there was a lot of technical difficulties, kind of threw us off a bit. But if you're here, thank you so much for watching. If you come here every night, thank you so much for all the support. All of our links are in our bio. If you want to get a free shout out, just DM me and I'll send you the link. Thank you so much for all the love and support. We're live every single night at 8:30. There's big changes coming to this podcast, so I want you guys to stay tuned. You're going to get the exclusive peek on it on all of our socials, but if you're not on our socials, you won't get that exclusive peek.
Exactly.
So thank you so much. Sorry, IG fam, if you have to come to Facebook. Love